Alex, I'm here!
Michael, good to see you, mate. Did you bring...
My proton pack? Oh yeah. Now let's bust some ghosts!
So, Michael, how are you doing, my friend?
I am good. It's nice to be back on here with you, man.
Yeah, it's been a strange week or so, and I'm going to talk a little bit of FU in a minute, but talk about the horror that was outside my house. I take it you saw my social media.
I did. Oh my God, what happened?
It was very stormy in the UK. We name things as Americans do. We call it, I think it's male names, a mixture of male names and female names for storms. And I woke up on Saturday morning and there were several trees down on our street. And one of them, which was, I'd say, at least 100 years old, basically was about 3 inches away from my car. It'd fallen down in about 3:30 in the morning. And when I looked at it from the angle of my sleepy head, because I'd just taken my little dog Freed outside, it looked like it destroyed my car, or the front end of my car. And I was like, oh no, I can't deal with this right now. It's freezing outside. My little dog's going crazy. She's, not been feeling great recently. And then I went around going, please be okay. Maybe I can do something with the car. Maybe it's recoverable. And it was honestly 3 inches away from my car. And my sister-in-law, who normally stays here on a Saturday night, was it Friday night? I can't quite remember, would park right there. And she decided to stay at her parents' house in Vickers Cross, which is not far from here. And yeah, her car would have been destroyed. So yeah, and then it was a really nice community effort. So it was a horror scene. It was like fences were down, people's bins from the cul-de-sac or the other street had come over, and it was like Twister.
Goodness.
It was like that scene at the outdoor cinema in Twister. That's what it was like. And because you basically had bins from addresses much further away. It was crazy. And there was a community effort. It was a scene. There was about 6 chainsaws out. It was like a scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was just, but in a really pleasant community-based way.
I love how you had 2.
Yeah, yeah.
One in each hand. That was
my
badass.
father-in-law had, I would say, about a chainsaw that was 12 inches long, but it was just 2 little hand ones, and he was just going at the little branches. So it was like a child's playset. That's the chainsaw he had. But yeah.
Honestly, when I first saw the photo that you messaged me, I was like, did the doppelganger Michael Chance just try to send a message?
Yeah, I've got
like a warning.
Yeah, I'm. I thought that. I thought the doppelgangers were out at some point. That's something else I want to kind of talk to you about. Not that I've seen one of your doppelgangers. But apparently my head isn't Asian fit because I've been looking for a new pair of glasses, and now I had my eye test the other day, and all the glasses it says Asian fit for my head.
Oh my God.
Okay, I don't know what that really means, but okay, that sounds interesting.
Because the bridges of our noses, like our eyes aren't as sunken as
right.
Caucasians normally are, and our nose, the bridge isn't as it doesn't come out as much. We need glasses that have essentially pads that can ours are actually both of us. We don't have pads. We have like the nose. Yeah. All these things that rest on your nose. They have to come out just a little bit more to try to allow the glasses to sit on our nose bridge without it sliding down. That's basically what it is.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm now looking at you intently on the screen to see just how Asian you look. You know what? I mean, that's why I know I brought this up before, but on our Hellbound Festival shirt and poster. Because we have the poster and the shirt. People always think that you are me.
I don't.
That I am you.
I don't get it. I don't get
it. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. It's your very Asian. Okay. So if you had black hair and slightly more tanned skin and brown eyes, I wonder what you would look like.
Oh my god!
Would you be Asian?
Possibly, yeah. I think someone's probably going to Photoshop.
So are we each other's doppelgangers? So somehow we ended up together. Now we're gonna have to fight it out.
Yeah, it's that's what
amazing, man.
That was what was really nice about because we couldn't do the last couple of episodes together. It was like, how do we kind of work that out? And it was really nice to be able to have our wives kind of in respective episodes, and it was really different especially for Vicky, my wife. It was something she hadn't really done before, but she really enjoyed it and thought, how do we kind of connect? How do we still have a little presence of you in one or me in the other? And it was really nice to kind of think about those intros. And I think you came up with the idea of a voice memo. And
yeah, the voicemail, yeah.
So yeah, that was honestly the most kind of creative fun I've had in a couple of weeks. It was really, really great to do those.
Well, I mean, it looks like we're continuing these now.
Yeah, and that's something I'd really love to kind of work with you on, and we've discussed outside the podcast as well. But
although, really, we're just trying to pretend this isn't really happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just it's a survival mechanism, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're just yes, this is all fake, guys. This is all fake.
Yeah, I haven't realized whether this is a massive cold open or not, what we're talking about now, because we've not actually introduced ourselves. But
oh, right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Hellbound Podcast. I'm D-list actor Michael Chan.
And I'm the bearded one, Alex Blackburn. I think I'll stick
Good to be here, Alex. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. My sister-in-law sometimes, Perva, she's really great, and hopefully you'll get to meet her in the future or talk to her, because she loves your content and podcasts and stuff you've been on before.
No,
and
thank you.
She's really, really nice. She's a property solicitor. She works in Manchester and works on these giant projects and everything.
As in a realtor?
Yeah, selling commercial properties and making sure like hundreds of millions of pounds worth of deals go through and all that. Like for huge companies.
Very well, considering my Joe job.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, sometimes she says things like the Google or the YouTube, and she sounds like an old-timey radio presenter.
Yeah.
I said, "What's coming next, Pervert? Orson Welles and War of the Worlds," and just I love ripping her. I just kind of wanted to mention her on the podcast.
I call Wi-Fi. Sometimes I call it the Fiwis, because when we were in Cambodia, we went to this restaurant and they had their Wi-Fi password and all that on the wall, right?
Yeah.
And however, their sign actually said Fiwi instead of Wi-Fi.
Oh my god!
So ever since then, I always go the Fiwi or the Fiwis.
Isn't it amazing how when you go on a trip or you got a memory from years ago that it kind of really sticks around in your head?
Oh yes.
I played poker. This is going to sound really nice, but I played poker in Cyprus with a very good friend of mine, and this other English guy and 2 Australians, 2 Swedish girls. It was a really fun time, as you can imagine. And this lad, whenever someone made a decision on poker or some other board game, he'd go, controversial. Everything when someone makes some sort of game-related decision, I go, ooh, controversial. And that's just some random thing that stuck with me since 2001. So 20 years now.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, these things stick with you, don't they?
They do. My one of my best friends, Bianco, he always says, "I'll help you for no treasure." It started when we were playing Munchkin, and because he would always offer to help you in battle And he'll say, but if you win the battle, you get treasure and we split it and whatever. He's like, I'll help you for no treasure. But now it's in everything we do is like, I'll help you for no treasure. I'm like, no, I don't trust you, man. But then like we start saying it too now. It's like, help you for no treasure.
Yeah, I love
Or like
that.
if any of us have to like go away to the washroom or whatever, and then we'll always say take your time, because Bianca was started it all started with the one time when I went to the washroom and told me to take my time. I was like, okay. When I came back, he had pulled a card from Munchkin. It was the Duck of Doom, and he says, oh, you got the Duck of Doom, you're dead. I'm like, wait, what? And ever since then, we all do that. Anytime someone goes away, we're like, take your time. And then when they actually leave, we have to like start putting stuff down to see how we kill them or hurt them or whatever.
That's
By the time they
awesome.
come, so it's a whole thing now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
he's
is
like a
Munchkin?
walking one line. Pardon?
What is Munchkin?
Wait, you don't know what Munchkin is?
No.
Munchkin is literally it used to be my favorite card / board game ever. Like I started playing it in university and I haven't stopped. So it's like this card game where it's a parody of Dungeons and Dragons essentially. So you are a little character, you're going through all of you are going through a dungeon, and so you kick down doors, and whatever is behind it, which is a card, you flip, and whatever is behind it, it's either like loot, a trap, or a monster. And if it's a monster, you have to fight it. And as you go through the dungeon, you pick up gear. You might even become a certain like class or a certain race, and that gives you different abilities and weaknesses. And it's all in good fun. And there's like a million expansions, like Munchkin Zombies, Munchkin Fu, which is like martial arts, Super Munchkin, which is like superheroes. They even have brand stuff like Marvel Munchkin and all that. And yeah, then you can mix all of it together. And we tend to play the Munchkin Bites, which is the horror Munchkin, because horror fans. And yeah, Bianco likes to find the moon cycle card and give it to me for some reason. He always
What does
thinks
that
it's
do?
hilarious.
That card.
I forgot what it does, but it's the
That
it,
sounds
it,
like a
it,
werewolf thing.
it is a werewolf thing, except that he thinks it's hilarious that to put me on a cycle. I'm like, you're a dick.
That was one of the best things I found in it's not Elder Scrolls Morrowind. No, I'm thinking Skyrim. We played Skyrim.
I have played, but it's been a while though.
There's it's such a gigantic game. I think I put 100 hours into it, and I just about finished it, because I'm a side quest guy. I go after all the side quests first and keep the main story until I've built things up.
Mhm.
And there's a whole storyline with when you get turned into a vampire on this massive game, or you go down this route where you get turned into a werewolf, and at night you're forced, when it's a full moon, forced to be in the werewolf, and you can't do anything else, and you're running across the basically you use the advantage, you're running across the map as a werewolf at the low angle, and you hear the grunts and everything. It's amazing. It's one of the best kind of horror based moments in a game I've ever played, the vampiring kind of werewolf missions. And it's really really great, and then you get to use that into kind of future quests and everything as well. So yeah, it's pretty epic. And when you're going around a small town, a small village, and you're kind of pulling people apart as a werewolf, it's quite an enjoyable thing.
I always love like the because I play MMOs, or not lately, but I used to be like massive in MMOs. I'll play everything, and I love the Halloween like seasonal content and everything. Like when I played World of Warcraft, getting like pumpkins as currency to go, or not currency. You can get pumpkins, but then you can sell at the auction house and get a lot of money for it. And just the costumes and all that. Overwatch, all of their stuff. Lord of the Rings Online had their Christmas, not Halloween content. Like it's always just mad fun when they incorporate Halloween into the games in whatever form it comes out in. Mind you, my favorite horror content in a game goes to Borderland. The first one had this amazing Dr. Ned's, I forgot the whole name of it, but it's like an expansion, Dr. Ned's, and it's like this whole horror based campaign that you can play through, and they like all the little berserkers and minions and all that, they're all like zombies and they run at you and jump at you and all that. They're called the psychos. And
Yeah.
it's so cool. I mean, it would make Jess jump every time one ran at her. It was like and just like jump, and she's like, oh my god. Right, it's so much fun. Borderlands 3 has
great.
an amazing Lovecraft campaign. When the pandemic started, I jumped into Borderlands 3 and was streaming it on Twitch for the longest time. And then my goal originally was to finish the game on Twitch. But then the Lovecraft expansion came out and I jumped in. I didn't realize how long it would be of a side story. And after I finished that story, I just didn't have the urge to continue playing the main story anymore, and I stopped. And I even stopped using Twitch altogether.
Wow.
But like, it was just that satisfying. It's just cosmic horror monsters, just Miskatonic, Lovecraft, everything. And
was it kind of like, was it a satisfying ending to using Twitch based on that experience, or was
for
it
me,
like
it was very satisfying?
or is it growing out of it kind of thing?
No, I just, once I was done streaming Borderlands, I don't know, I didn't, because I did other stuff. Like I streamed What the Golf, I streamed Magic the Gathering Arena, and I also streamed me doing unboxings and eating food, unboxings and card openings and all that I now do on TikTok anyways. But I don't know, it's just like once I played that campaign, I was just so satisfied and so happy. I didn't even game for a while. That's how happy I was. It was just like this pure bliss that I felt at the end of that campaign. Like, it is one of the most well-crafted stories I've ever had the opportunity to play on any platform. But yeah, kudos to Gearbox and their writing team and it's I highly recommend it for especially like LGBTQ representation. Like if you're into that, it's a gay wedding. That's how it starts. So it's really good.
I was going to ask you, actually, talking about gaming, I'll tell you mine first, and then I'd like to kind of hear what your thoughts are as well. I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with not horror in general. That's kind of stupid for this podcast, but for love-hate relationship with horror games, because I don't know what it is. I can play them. I know it's not my reality and all of that. I'll give you an example. Alan Wake. I don't know if you've ever played Alan Wake.
I did.
And it was this kind of police detective thing, and I
didn't get far.
It was, I can only play it for about half an hour, 45 minutes before it gave me the willies, if you know what that means. But it gave me the willies, and it would scare the living bejesus out of me. And I just like, right, I'm going to play 20 minutes more. And then this cold shiver, as though the Grim Reaper was putting his hand on my shoulder, would come over me. I'm like, I can't really play this anymore. And then I go back to it a week later. And then I stopped playing games for such a long time after playing that game. I never finished it. And it was a really great story. And it was really interesting. And I should have finished it, but it was just too scary. And then I remember there was a demo of a game, I think it was called P1 or something, with I think it's a Del Toro game, and it had Norman Reedus, not Death Stranding or Standing.
Ask if it's Death Stranding.
Not that game. No, there was going to be another horror film. Those two, him producing it and then Reedus being in it, and it was a demo. Right. And basically, it's this repeating corridor that you walk through. There's lightning outside, there's swinging chandeliers, and different decisions like opening up the bathroom door and seeing what's in there. It was so scary. I'm going to put a link to it in the description, but it was so scary. And it was like, I actually can't play this, and it was that's what fascinates me about horror, that I can have this reaction.
Mhm.
And that's where I kind of delve. Right, let's go deeper down the river and see what's possible. And it's something that I'd like to kind of produce more. And with shout out to a filmmaker like Ian Rayburn, I'd love to kind of produce or make or at least direct a short that has that effect on someone, even if it's a single person. To get any kind of reaction out of someone, especially horror, it fascinates me. So have you kind of would you say the Borderlands 3, that Lovecraft expansion, was that really scary?
I don't think it was just. It was not necessarily scary. There is a lot of horror stuff. I just. It was really well written. It was a good balance of story and action, because at the end of the day, Borderlands is about shooting stuff and blowing stuff up. It had a mystery that kept me engaged. It had humor that entertained me in between all some of the scarier things. It what held true to Lovecraftian horror itself, while being more progressive than Lovecraft himself was. So we all know about that. And at the end of the day, just they crafted. I wouldn't call it a scary horror experience. If you're looking for scary, there is a lot better out there. But if you're looking for like a good gaming experience where, you know, never a moment where you feel like it's a grind to get through, and that you really just really want to see what happens and play through this, and then they actually finished it off with a satisfying ending. This is it. This campaign is it. I rarely am satisfied with games, like fully satisfied, and I very rarely finish games. Like I have never found, outside of the Spider-Man PS4 game, not a lot of games make me want to finish it.
Some of that kind of fed into the reason why I gave up gaming quite a few years ago. There's many reasons I did, and I had this realization. It was it felt really soulless in many ways, and there was nothing. I was like, what am I doing? Something on I think it was the PS3. It was Drake's Fortunes, the Uncharted series, when I first played those and those stories, and I was like, what? What? I couldn't believe how good the writing was. These are fantastic stories. How do I keep playing these? And like, will they release? You know, back in the day, you know, it was on a PlayStation 3 when it first came out. I was like, oh my god, I have to keep playing this because it's such a great story. And when you play, I think it's Uncharted 4 was the last one. Wow, in terms of writing and production and overall cinematics, it's a brilliant piece of work. And so yeah, if you haven't checked those out, if you've got a PlayStation, do get the Uncharted games. They are absolutely brilliant. Anyway,
you know, I was just going to say there's just a couple of more I want to mention. One of them is
please do. Yeah,
Dead Space.
Oh my god, I got a tweet from John Carpenter about Dead Space.
Really?
Yeah. So I asked him, because I know John Carpenter's a gamer. Like he's, you know, pretty much retired now, and apart from, you know, writing fantastic music for Halloween Kills and the Halloween remake from 2018. Oh no, not remake, but sequel from 2018. He's kind of pretty much retired, and you know, fair play to him. He's had a very successful career, and you know, made some kind of very iconic films, and at the top of some of the lists we may be talking about shortly. But yeah, I sent him a message saying, what are your favorite kind of games? This was around the time I was actually playing Uncharted, or when Dead Space first came out, and he said Dead Space, and he actually said, Dead Space, I'd love to make something like that. I was like, oh my god,
that game made me scream. The first one, I actually jumped. And
how thankful are you when you get to those stations? You know, when you get to those save points and you've gotten through areas. Tremendous game, and the mechanics of how you put things together is brilliant as well.
I got obsessed with stomping things. You know how you get like stomp.
Yeah.
Like, stay dead. I don't. Double tap, triple tap, quadruple tap. No, stay dead, stay dead.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. What is it, like laser cutters or something?
Yeah, it was the laser cutting gun thing. But I'm just once they're down on the ground, if you don't finish them, sometimes they might come back, right?
Yeah.
So I just stomped the living heck out of everything.
Yeah, that was like a Gears of War thing for me as well. When you get to chainsaw people.
Oh my god! Oh,
I used to blow matches, right? Team-based matches, purely because I had the satisfaction of that chainsaw chewing up someone. What have you got there?
You mean this chainsaw?
That fucking shit. That's epic. Michael is holding up a replica. Is it Gears of War 2 or 3? Probably 3, isn't it? That's epic.
This?
That's absolutely epic. Yeah, I got satisfaction so much of seeing the way the camera twitched and you saw it going through someone. It was just such good fun. Horde mode,
so
the horde mode.
A full-size Gears of War chainsaw rifle that I own.
And I didn't even know Michael had that. That's amazing. I know what we're going to do for our opening cinematics now.
Right? Right?
That's amazing.
Come to Canada or I go to... No, wait. No, I can't bring this on a plane. Come to Canada. We'll make a short film with this thing.
Have you got anything to declare?
This. That's not really blood. That's paint. That is paint.
Yeah.
On the tips of the blade.
That would be really useful at the weekend, actually, with that tree. Yeah, a great.
The other game I wanted to mention is Left 4 Dead, one of my favorite game series.
Yeah.
Each of the chapters is quick. It's co-op. You can play with other people. And it's zombies. I love zombies. They are terrible. The first game had that crying witch zombie.
Oh my god!
All with the like echoey, almost childlike whimper, and she's hiding in a corner. Every time I heard it, I was like, nope. And she's so hard to kill. And then she runs out and she's like, oh my god, that terrified me. That one zombie.
What was the thing? Was it you was not supposed to shoot her or something? There was something, a way of working around her. I think.
Forgot how to kill her.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! She was the terrifying one for me. That one. Every time I heard it, I was like, guys, can we just go a different route and try to get around her?
Was it like a child's like giggle when you were near her, when you didn't quite know whether she was there?
It starts with a whimper, like a crying.
Yeah.
But once you get close, it changes. Because she knows you're here, right?
Yeah, that happens in real life when you approach people.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that's a great game and such a good co-op. Brilliant co-op.
The best.
And it was very arcadey. It reminded me the tiny bit like Time Crisis or something, where there was just a kind of co-op mode where if you're in 2-player or I think it was 4, wasn't it? There was an grizzled army guy. There was a chap in a white shirt and a tie. A girl.
Let's see. I'm holding up
such a good
package.
Game.
I have the CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. So there is the businessman who's a black dude, the biker guy with the leather vest and the kind of mohawky thing, the grizzled old man soldier, and then the woman, the badass woman. She's really badass.
Such a good game. There. Brilliant.
I'm holding it up to the screen so he can see it. But yeah, I'm like really dating myself by holding up a PC DVD ROM.
I threw a lot of stuff away. This is kind of just going off a little tangent, but I had a CD-ROM 4-disc of Blade Runner game. Don't know if you ever remember the Blade Runner PC game, but I threw so much stuff away recently. But anyway, I've got a little bit of FU, Michael.
I just realized we spent so long. How long has it been?
About 22 minutes, something like that.
Talking about this wasn't even supposed to be our video game episode. I didn't even think we were thinking about a video game episode. Now this is our video game episode.
There's gonna be a video game episode that we the best.
I'm gonna throw Doom out there before we move to FU. Doom, the Doom series, love it.
Yeah. Doom
Eternal is a lot of fun.
Work of art. Yeah, I've not played anything past the third one. So my little bit of FU. Actually, if you take the floor on the FU, you mentioned you had some FU from, was it the last episode?
Yeah, so last episode, as you know, Jessica and I delved into Ghostbusters Afterlife, which we both loved, and that I ugly cried in the theater while watching.
Me too.
Um, I just wanted to do I don't even know if this is going to work because this is an audio format, but I'm going to do an unboxing today. Very quick
I've got
unboxing of
goosebumps. I've got goosebumps.
a Ghostbusters Ghost Trap collectible kit. It is a 4-inch kit that comes with a 4-inch mini replica of the iconic Ghost Trap, complete with light and sound features, plus a mini full color sticker book. It's a small package that you can purchase. So it's not full size trap, unfortunately, but I don't care. It's for your desk, and you can get it on Amazon. I am going to.
Have you, Michael? Before you even touch that, have you noticed how I've gotten close to the screen now? Because this is fantastic.
Oh God, yeah!
So excited!
Like right up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see your sexy face.
You can see my wife's pajamas that I'm wearing currently, and that's not a lie.
Oh, I was gonna say I can see your sexy chest hair as well. But anyways,
on my very pale skin.
And your pale skin, yes. All right. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm opening it right now. That was my scissors. Some ASMR. So I opened the box. There's a package inside. And there it is in plastic wrap. The Ghost Trap. There's tape that I'm gonna pull open. I'm pulling the trap out of the plastic wrap, and there it is. Oh man, this is made really well. Oh, there's a little tab for the battery, which is a watch battery.
Does it light up or?
Okay. So I hope, where is the, on and off. Okay, I turned it on. There's a red light that's beeping at the top. Oh, there's also a light at the front to show you that it is on, the orange light.
Yeah.
And then there's a button on the handle. You press it. The trap is open and trapping a ghost. And I just pressed the button again and it trapped the ghost.
That's awesome.
And now, yeah, the light is beeping to let us know that the ghost is trapped inside. That is the ghost trap.
That's that's a really, I know it's a very small thing that you not an item, but that moment you showed me that. But to be completely honest, a wave of emotion just hit me about how I felt about the film, and I genuinely, those moments in that film where I shed many tears watching Ghostbusters Afterlife because, yeah.
And then you have the little mini booklet with stickers in it, and the cover has the original 4 Ghostbusters. And inside you have like Ghostbusters retro logo. Let's see, it says the traveler has come, and it's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Don't cross the streams, kind of like a almost late 80s early 90s style poster sticker of the Ghostbusters,
and marketing pictures that show Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Rick Moranis is,
and Sigourney Weaver. Yeah,
those two were genius. Just gold, just pure gold.
Yeah, so like I'm not gonna give away all of the stickers. Like you're gonna have to buy your own if you want to know what other stickers there are. But this is a really,
that's so cool.
It's a really good little collectible package to get a desk-sized ghost trap for your workstation. I'm sure now, Alex, after we're done recording, you're probably gonna go on Amazon UK right now and order your own.
I've actually already, after I watched the movie, I made I think three or 4 purchases based on the movie.
Nice.
And I will definitely do the unboxing. If we can do it where I'm not if I can hold off and do it where if we just record the unboxings, that would be great just for this time. But I just want to touch upon, I don't know if I want to say any spoilers because
I wouldn't,
No.
just because again, movie is quite new at this point in time. If you're listening in the future, yes, we're recording this very
Yeah.
close to when the movie came out.
I okay, I might cut this out then. Is the stand-in for, well, I'll state the obvious and you tell me at the end of this and then I'll cut this, decide whether to cut this out or not. The stand-in for Egon, do you know who that is?
I don't know who the stand-in for the Egon in Shadows is.
Um it's Ivan Reitman. So
Seriously?
when that epic scene, the epic thing happens, I
We're
would
not gonna
say
say when.
when you see it's him in the behind the scenes, in terms of who it is, in terms of the film,
Mhm.
I just thought about my dad, and it meant so much to me,
Mhm.
And yeah, I was a wreck. I was a wreck after the film because it meant so much to me. Not just the film itself, but it made me reflect upon my own family, and I know you had a very similar connection to it. And
Yeah, it's considering
yeah,
the year that I've had with the loss of my mother, and things I wish could happen.
yeah,
I won't say why, but this movie really touched on that and was somewhat cathartic in that sense for me,
yeah, and that's what
as a
pisses
thought
me off about
as a thought
the
exercise.
the reviews. That's what pisses me off about the reviews, the critics' reviews. On the whole, how dare they kind of attack this in a, critics can say whatever they like, they have, but I would say some of them, it's kind of they have an agenda of knocking this film for one reason or another, and whether it's based on the 2016 reboot or whatever their own politics are. But in terms of the young girl that you probably consider, she's on the spectrum, and she's a young girl as a Ghostbuster, or she's not a Ghostbuster, but she's, in the marketing it says it's, the grandson of Egon. And like the way this is produced and kind of executed, I think Jason Reitman, congratulations on the film. It's a financial success, and we're gonna go and see it again. And yeah, I had a really profound connection with it, and yeah, that's why I wish I could show you now. I'm going to show you somehow. I don't
Well,
know.
while you're trying to figure out how to show me, I was just gonna say that there is a look. No disrespect.
We're going to have to lift this. This is going to be really tricky.
No disrespect to
Check this
film
out.
critics. Oh my God, that is the poster, the movie poster for Ghostbusters Afterlife on Alex's wall, and it is the one where you see Ecto 1 in a field of wheat, and that is a beautiful shot.
That's the UK quad poster. So the US one sheet. That's the UK quad poster where they have it in landscape.
Okay, yeah,
And that's a print
beautiful.
that got pulled. It's a 2020 poster when it should have come out. So it's date stamped as well. So I went a bit of a splurge and hopefully do an unboxing. And I don't buy merchandise or anything since we got the house, because that's the priority. And I went a bit rogue with when I bought some stuff online.
I can't wait to see what you got. But to finish my thought, I was just going to say, look, I have no disrespect. I don't mean to be disrespectful to movie critics or critics in general. I know you guys have a job and a purpose, but I found that as time has gone on, there has been more and more disingenuousness in the reviews themselves from critics, because as you say, Alex, there is always some kind of agenda or narrative, and I'm quite frankly sick of it. It is why I currently value reviews from people who've actually watched it. And even then, it's getting harder nowadays, because even people are starting to have agendas of their own. It's like review bombing and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's getting to the point where even now, watch like audience reviews I'm starting to not listen to anymore. I go and if something interests me, I just gonna go make my own opinion by going and watching it. I don't care if someone says it's terrible or not. But when it comes to someone being paid to review stuff, and therefore being paid makes you a professional and makes you someone that at least some people are going to listen to, I think it's not right to be swayed by an agenda or by the narrative that, I don't know, your publication wants you to have. And I hope that one day we can get back to just people being honest about it being their own opinion and what their views on films and, you know, what their own personal likings and dislikes are. So at least we have an understanding that from the critical standpoint, not all, like, you're not the no critic is the be all end all. None of them are. Everyone has biases, and, you know, but I at least want more genuine reviews.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, I'm not here to just, you know, call out the entire industry. I mean, there are good critics out there that are more genuine. Just, I'm getting tired of the disingenuousness. And this movie, the general critical review for Ghostbusters Afterlife and for the 2016 Ghostbusters shows me just how broken the critical review industry is.
Absolutely, that's very well put. I couldn't agree more with every sentiment of that. Okay, one last thing. It was obviously a big FU, big follow-up section there, but I think the film deserved it, and yeah, brilliant film. Who was your favorite character?
Podcast,
100%. He's the new in terms of iconic characters, he's the new Chunk for me from the Goonies. In terms of out of the blue, didn't know anything about the character, saw him in a few shots in terms of the marketing, and didn't it's like the Matt Damon reveal in Interstellar, in terms of like not knowing anything about him. When I saw Podcast appear and his comedic timing and the writing for him was amazing, and just an incredible character. Like, yeah, he's blown everyone else out of the water for me. And it was, absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Phoebe was very close behind.
Oh, she is amazing. Close. Amazing.
Do you know what I'm going to call out really quickly? I don't know who's the toy company making the plasma series for like the deluxe action figures, but every single website I've gone to, they only have 6 Ghostbusters figures. Not like, they also have like ghosts and stuff, but like the Ghostbusters, they have the 3 from the originals, right? Ray, right? Peter and Winston.
Yeah.
Then from the new crew, they have Trevor, Podcast, and Lucky is what they're calling her. There's no Phoebe. I've tried to find a Phoebe action figure, and I can't.
I'm gonna probably cut this search out, but I'm gonna check that because I'm pretty certain I found one.
Wait, yeah, there's a Phoebe for the more cartoony version action figures, but I want the deluxe. So this is the more cartoony one that comes with the little.
Yeah. And the hair's brown, isn't it? Black in the film.
I mean, her actual hair color is like dark brown. But if you,
that's really frustrating. She's the icon. She's the team leader.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure eventually they'll have a Phoebe.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
But
yeah.
Check out this shot right here. I'm showing you a picture, and there's 6 figures. Where is she?
What the fuck?
Bleep. No F words.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They look Phoebe. Awesome.
They do, and I want.
That's got to be a mistake. It has to be a mistake.
Okay, so look, if you buy all 6 of them, I know it's blurring because my camera is not autofocusing enough. You can build the big ghost, right? You see that?
Yeah.
So where's Phoebe? Right? I hope they make her.
Is that the only female character out of that group?
No, Lucky. is there.
Oh, look, he's there. Yeah. That's
And then someone bought the figures, right?
that's a real mistake. That's a real
actually, there you go. There's 6 figures right there.
That's a real mistake.
That upset me.
Yeah, let's make a play set of Jaws and not have Quint.
But they do have Phoebe as a Funko Pop.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Let's get that Lego set of Jaws that's just been released and it's got no Quint in it. There's no shark fisherman. Let's do that. That's the equivalent. You know, you gotta have that. She's a wonderful character and a superb actress, and apparently she's in *Handmaid's Tale* or something as well. So, well, yeah, when she's like 10 or 11. Yeah,
I'm just gonna guess that at some point they're gonna release a plasma version of Phoebe.
Got to
plasma series. They have to. It's going to be a lot of anger if they don't eventually do it as a single without any build a monster part. But they got to release her.
Come on. Because Sony have gone to town on Ghostbusters merch. So why would you fall short? Why would you fall short on that
series? Right, exactly.
That's a real misstep. Yeah, we'll keep some of that in the pod. But yeah, sorry about the massive tangent. I really had to, with how you felt about Ghostbusters, I really had to talk to you about it, and I monopolized our episode, and we're coming towards the end of it now.
What? No. I'm actually happy for this FU segment.
I think we'll wrap up
it there.
I think we'll wrap it there because it's a nice thing to end on. So if you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife yet, or whenever you watch this, go and see it in the cinema. Support your local cinema. If you have a mom and pop, go and support a local small screen cinema or a multiplex if you can't. And go and buy it on Blu-ray, Laserdisc, or digital purchase in the future because it's worth supporting. I know it's produced by a giant company, Sony, but the writing and the heart of the film is worth supporting. So,
yeah. And also, don't forget to subscribe or follow our podcast if you like what we do. If you're listening to this in the future, we have merch. Buy it. If you're listening to this now when it's being released, hopefully we'll have merch soon with our awesome poster on it.
Yeah, did you see the cogs turning in my head then?
Of course I did. And also, if any of you want to start a GoFundMe, because Alex, I'm so sorry about those ghost nuns destroying your floorboards, but
I know.
That's what you get for getting floorboards from the nunnery.
It's lucky I had my proton pack with me. It's fully charged.